Can you see the glowiness of that? Good morning, I'm Melissa and welcome back to my channel. Today I thought I would film a little get ready with me video, and I've been using a lot of different cruelty-free vegan products and kind of switched up my skincare routine and the makeup I've been using. So I thought I would share with you some of the things that I've been using and loving lately, and also just have a little chat. So I'm just going to start by getting my hair out of my face. Kind of important because I use a lot of oils and I find that my hair just sticks to it and it gets really messy. So I'm going to start with some rosehip oil. I used to use this a long time ago, not this brand, but just rosehip oil, and I kind of stopped. I don't know why. I just tried other oils and I haven't used this one in I think a few years now. So I saw a bottle for like $5.99 at Marshall's and I thought I had to grab it. So I'll show you this little bottle. It's called Crop Naturally Derived Pure Rosehip Oil Protect and Restore, and it's vegan, cruelty-free, no parabens. I'll share like a money saving tip with you guys when it comes to cruelty-free beauty products, because they can be a little bit more expensive. If you're shopping like organic products, all natural, with like more expensive ingredients, it can be a bit more, you know, pricey. And I love going to the stores like, I don't know if they have them all over the world. I know Canada, America, and England has them, like Marshall's, Ross, TJ Maxx. In the UK it's called TK Maxx. And also Home Sense in Canada, which is Home Goods in the US. And these stores are like, especially in the beauty section, what they do is they sell off overstock from a lot of companies. And so if companies have excess stock, they just sell them at a discount price at these stores, and you can get stuff for like a quarter of the price of what it would normally cost, which is awesome because it's still really great quality, but you just don't have to pay full price. And recently I learned something else which kind of makes sense, because I noticed in Marshall's a lot of the times, like this was from Australia and I've never heard of this brand here before, companies will actually sell their products overseas when they have overstock stuff. So they don't want to discount it in their own country. I guess they don't want to diminish the quality of their brand, and like, you know, if they're used to selling something for $40, they don't want to sell it for $5.99 in their country, because people will just go to those stores and not buy it full price. So what they do is they send it to like America and Canada and sell it for a discount here, because people don't even recognize the brand name anyway. At least that's what I've been told, and it kind of makes sense. And it's kind of cool because then when you go to those stores, you get to try stuff that you otherwise wouldn't have found in other stores. Like I have a ton of stuff that I've gotten, like essential oils that are made in other countries, and I've never heard of those brands before, but they're really, really high quality. So what I'm doing is I'm just rubbing this rosehip oil all over my face. I am a big fan of using oil on my skin. I just love how it feels, and I just find that the moisturization from it lasts for a really long time. And also for me, like a lot of people believe in being super delicate with their face and like just using their lightest touch finger, and that's never been me. I've always found that I really like using like abrasive exfoliants and doing like massage on my face, and I just think it's so important to you know, get the energy flowing, get a really good deep massage, and for me it's what feels good, and I just kind of do what works for me. You know, when it comes to makeup and skincare, sometimes I'll watch other people's YouTube videos, but usually just for entertainment because I find them fun. But I'm a big believer in just doing what feels right for you. Like same with applying your makeup. If you like applying your makeup in a really unique way and it's totally against what is currently in style or what other people say you should do, then just go for it. You know, it's your body, it's your skin, it's how you want to present yourself. So I'm all for that. Okay, so now that I'm all oily, I'm just gonna kind of let that, you know, soak in for a little bit because if I put makeup on right away, it doesn't absorb as nicely. So usually I just give it like a minute. I'm gonna have some of my tea, and this is like one of my favorite mugs ever. My aunt got it for me. It says, words have wings, so speak good things. And she watches my YouTube channel and she follows me on Instagram, and I always share positive quotes, and she saw that I kept sharing that quote and just got this mug made and sent it to my house last year. And I just thought that was so sweet because she lives in Toronto and I lived in Vancouver at the time, so pretty far away. And I just thought that was so thoughtful, and I do really love that quote. Alright, now I'm going to put some foundation on. I've been using this bareMinerals bareSkin Pure Brightening Serum Foundation. That is quite the title. But I really like it. It is probably one of the most lightweight foundations I've ever used. It's so thin. It feels like putting water on. But I really like that because it's not like a heavy layer on your skin. And it just has like a dropper application like this. What I do is actually put it on with my hands, and then I do use a beauty blender to blend it in. But I find that if I put the product, because it's such a thin liquid, if I put it in a sponge, it will just absorb and none of the product will actually come out onto my skin. So I'm just going to pour a couple drops onto my hand and then kind of apply it where I want it, and then I'll blend it in. Alright, so I just came back from Vegas. My dad had a trade show that he was going to there, and he lives in Michigan, and so I met up with my family. There was some family from New York, some from Toronto, and we all kind of just met up to have a few days together before Christmas in Vegas. And I am not a drinker. I don't drink alcohol or like, you know, party and stuff like that, but I love Vegas. I just think it's fun because there's so many people from all around the world, and it's very high energy, and there's, you know, it's bright, there's just so much to see and do, and I really had like such a nice time when I went there. And one of the things that was super surprising, I'm just gonna put water on my sponge quick. And hopefully that is in focus. But one of the things that really impressed me was how vegan friendly Vegas has become. Like, that was such a surprise. It was such a happy surprise because I kind of assumed I would be very like limited with what I could eat, and it wasn't the case at all. First of all, we went to this place called Blackout. It was just the ladies and I, and it was really fun. It was dining in the dark, so it was such a unique experience. They do have this kind of a restaurant in a lot of big cities. I know there's one in Vancouver, there's one in New York, but I had never experienced it before myself, and it was entirely plant-based vegan meal that you're served completely in a pitch black restaurant. So it was just us. We went for lunch and it wasn't busy, so there were just 4 of us, and we literally had to be led in like a conga line style, like, so we had to hold the person in front of us shoulders to walk in. And the lady who was serving us our lunch had night vision goggles on, so she could see where we were going, and she had to help us sit down and like tell us where our fork was and tell us where our drink was, and the menu was a complete secret. And so I just kept reassuring them, like, this is vegan. You're sure this is vegan, right? I don't want to be eating meat in the dark because I've been vegan for like 4.5 years. They're like, no, it's 100% vegan. And so I was like, okay, and I trust you. And yeah, it was just really, really cool. the meal ended up being amazing, but they don't tell you what the dishes are until after. So you're literally eating things and you're like, what is this? You have to kind of guess what it is. It was just so surreal. I'm not someone who's like afraid of the dark, but it definitely was a little scary. Like I was sitting next to a wall, so that's all I could feel, that there was a wall. And then I reached behind me to feel if there was anything like around me, and there was nothing. And so that felt a little weird. I'm like, what if someone just like surprises me and jumps out at me? But I noticed that your hearing becomes like what you rely on so much. Like I could hear when our server would walk into the room and she would bring a tray, and I could hear the wheels of the tray, and just so hyper aware of everything else. And it was just so cool. I really recommend it. It's called Blackout if you guys ever go to Vegas and you want to try something cool. I was the only vegan one out of my family who was there, and they all said the food was amazing. And I thought that was pretty cool because a lot of people are surprised when they taste something that's vegan that they enjoy. I think there's like this idea out there that vegans only eat like carrots and salad, and that they don't get to have any, desserts or tasty meals, and that's totally not true. There was this really good dessert that we had after the meal, and they like to keep their menu a surprise because that's part of the experience, so I won't give away what I ate. I'll just say it was really good. So yeah, that was cool. And then we went to this pizza place near the Lynx Hotel. It's called... I can't remember the name right now, but it was really good. And they had Daya cheese, so they could do, and I had like a truffle oil cheese, well, vegan cheese pizza with veggies, mushrooms, and it was really, really, really good. So, and also I went to Sprinkles Cupcakes, and they had a vegan red velvet cupcake. So I was just really, really impressed with the amount of vegan options available, and I hope that like in the future it just continues to grow, and that I can go eat at any restaurant and have some options. My lips are looking a little foundation-y. Okay, so now I'm going to use this Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Stick Foundation. And I actually kind of use it as a concealer. I don't use a ton, I just use it on the sides of my nose because sometimes I have redness there, and then under my eye. And that's pretty much it. I'll blend this out. I am so excited for 2019. I am just like, it sounds so futuristic to me. I know that sounds weird, but I feel like we're going into the future more and more. And I don't know if anyone can relate to what I mean by that. I know that like obviously every year there's a new year, but something about like hearing 2020 and 2030, like it just sounds so futuristic. And I think because technology is just moving so fast that like every single year there's like something new going on. Like here in Arizona, they're testing the Waymo cars. I don't know if you guys have heard of them. They're the self-driving cars. And so we see them driving around. And like that's, I guess, the way of the future. That's something that's coming very quickly, it seems. And there's just so much like advancement and so many new things that like I don't even feel surprised when I hear about some new technology. Like if I heard about a flying car or something, I would probably be like, oh, that's cool. Whereas I feel like 100 years ago, whenever there was a new technological advancement, it would just be like, oh my goodness, and like people wouldn't even believe it, and it was just like people couldn't like fathom certain things. And now, like, because we're in this technological world, I just feel like there's so many things that are gonna happen, and I'm really hopeful like for like medical advances and longevity and like just so much, like in every single way. I think there's going to be so much advancement that is going to really benefit our lives, and I just love hearing about all the ways that people are being really like creative when it comes to being eco-friendly as well. Like I heard about the pineapple leather, people who are making leather bags or like, you know, look-alike leather bags out of pineapple skin, and I'm just like, that is so cool. What's next? Like what else is gonna come out? And if you've heard of any other cool advances that you want to tell me about, just leave them for me in the comment section down below, because I love to hear about that stuff. And I'm not really a big news watcher. I don't watch the news because there's just too much negativity on there for me, but I like to hear about the good stuff for sure. Alright, so I'm going to do a little mini amount of contouring. I'm definitely not a contour queen. I don't know like all of the, you know, I've seen people who do contour and it's just like, wow, they completely change the shape of their face using contouring. I just put like a really tiny bit here and here, and this is another Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick, but it's the color Shadow, which obviously to create some shadow contouring. And I just put a bit right there, and then on the other side. I'm sorry if I'm looking away a lot, it's just that the mirror is right there and I kind of want to see what I'm doing. Okie dokie pokey, now I am going to use some setting powder. This, I love it, it's in like a salt shaker spice container. Just no frills, gotta love it. And it's RCMA no color powder. It is cruelty free and vegan. And what I do is I just put a tiny bit on a brush and kind of just dab it under my eye area, on my chin, and in the middle of my forehead. Something that I stopped doing, and it's really made a difference in my makeup, is I don't put powder on the outside of my face. I don't know why, but I think like when I do that, it just makes it super dry looking, and it's not as, it doesn't look as good. I notice it a lot because when I film my videos, I'm looking at my face when I'm editing it, and I noticed such a difference when I stopped putting powder like on the outside of my face, because it retains like that natural glow, especially because I'm using oils on my face. It has a nice glow naturally, so I don't really feel like I need to powder that area. So I just kind of do this middle part of my face, if that makes sense. I think makeup is so fun. Like I've always enjoyed playing with makeup, and it's just a fun creative thing to do. And I've always loved like makeover shows and all that stuff. Like when I was a little kid, I used to get, you know, anyone who would let me put makeup on them or do their hair, like my family members. I remember like one of my aunts, my Aunt Sean, she would just sit there and she'd be like, do whatever. She'd like just found it relaxing, and so I would just like do the craziest eye makeup on her, and like she would always tell me, look, it looks really, really good. And she was just obviously being nice because I made her look like a clown. I was like 12, but I would just, you know, be really, really creative and mix all these different colors. But it was good times. I enjoyed it. Still do. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes when I'm just like listening to music and doing my makeup, I will just try the craziest concoctions on my face. I don't know, there's just something really fun about like playing with makeup, playing with colors, being creative. And that's why I don't get too precise and perfect with it. Like I totally appreciate the people who do that and are amazing like makeup pros. But I feel like if I was too much of a perfectionist with it, it would just like lose the fun for me. Like I just enjoy the process of makeup and doing what I feel looks pretty. But I'm not like, oh, I need to get every single line perfect and every single contour perfect. I just, you know, do what I like, and if I like how it comes out, then job well done. Alrighty. Now I'm going to put some eyeshadow on. I'm going to use this brush that came with an Anastasia eyeshadow palette, and alright, so I'm just putting this kind of peachy shade all over my lid and the crease, and I'm going to just blend it out a lot better in a bit. And I'll share some really exciting news with you. I'm really excited about this. I am actually working on creating my own range of cruelty-free vegan beauty products, and I'm just so excited about this because I've been thinking about doing it for a long time. And some of the makeup I'm going to be putting on, like the shadows and the lipstick, are colors that I'm kind of working on right now, and I'm just so excited. You know, it's something I've been thinking about for a really long time, and I like making people feel good, and I just feel like makeup is a way to do that, and it kind of works in with my passion for, you know, being vegan, cruelty-free, and kind of combines a lot of my loves. Dust off the extra here. And it's exciting because I can kind of share the journey of creating this business on my channel as well, which I'm excited about. It's just the exciting thing about life is that it's an ongoing adventure. It's like, who knows what tomorrow's gonna bring? Who knows what you'll be inspired to create or to do in 5 years from now? You know, things can change, things can develop, and like new passions for you can just come and just excite you and invigorate you, and you can connect with people through what you love to do, and I love that. And so, to be continued, I'll let you know about everything that I'm working on as it kind of evolves and as it gets developed. So right now I'm putting on this champagne shimmery shade, which I really like. Actually, it's more of a pinky pearl than champagne. I still remember the first eyeshadow I ever bought, and it was when I was visiting my cousin Sabrina in Florida, and it was a champagne color. It's called something Shell, and it was from Revlon, and it was just like a one single eyeshadow with the little sponge brush, and I just used all of it up. Like, I remember I just cherished it. It was like my #1 favorite makeup thing. And I apply like any kind of shimmery, glittery shades with my finger. Alrighty, so we've got some mascara on now, and I'm not going to put any product in my eyebrows. I just kind of brush them out because they do get a lot of foundation and powder and stuff in them, so just kind of, whoop. This is an old mascara wand that I just washed out, and I've been using it for a while. Alright, I'm going to do a red lip. I can't really talk while I'm doing lip liner. Okay, now I'm going to put some lipstick on top of this lip liner. Alright, now I'm going to put some of this magical elixir of shimmery beauty on, and it is just like this really glowy, beautiful product that I am loving. It's just so pretty. Can you see the glowiness of that? I just think it's really pretty. They curled so much. They settle down in a minute, so they're kind of half of that, but right now they're just like, whew. Alright, now I'm going to go pick out an outfit, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to put some earrings on, And these were sent to me by Ana Luisa Jewelry, and they make the most gorgeous jewelry ever. They actually allowed me to choose some pieces that I loved from their site, and they sent them to me, so I'm super grateful for that. And I'm going to put these really pretty gold earrings on. These ones here. I will link their website down below if you want some unique jewelry pieces. They make some of the most gorgeous earrings. Like, I fell in love with the earrings on their website, and I got a couple of pairs. I'm really into gold. I think it really looks nice with the red lip as well. What do you think? Do you like the look? Actually, I think these could work with this outfit, but since I've got like a really bold pattern top on, I'm going to stick with the more demure pair. But these ones look really good, with, especially with just a solid color top, like a neutral. They really help to make an outfit pop, which I love. And I'm just going to put some lotion on. This is a whipped French lavender cream that I am in love with. It smells so good. My hands get super, super, super dry being here in Arizona, so I love this stuff because it lasts for hours. This is from a company called Glowing Orchid Organics, which I am a huge fan of. They're cruelty-free and vegan, and I use their deodorant as well, so if you're looking for a good all-natural deodorant, I highly recommend this one. I will link them down below. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'm sending you so many good vibes. I hope you feel them. I will see you next time, and until then, just enjoy the holiday season. Bye!